Today is Sunday, Parashah Yitro. The Parashah of this week tells us about the 10 Commandments, but it begins with a very important idea. Yitro was the father-in-law of Moshe Rabbeinu. It says in the first pasuk, "Vayishma Yitro chohen Midyan choten Moshe," and Yitro was the high priest of Midyan, and he was choten Moshe. He was the father-in-law of Moshe. He heard everything that Hashem did for Am Yisrael. He heard about the Exodus, the parting of the Red Sea. He heard about the attack of Amalek and how the Jewish people were saved from Amalek. And he heard all this, and he didn't stay indifferent. He didn't stay aloof. He took action. He was a person who had worshipped all the types of idolatry. But when he heard about all the great miracles, and he heard about what would have seemed impossible for the Jewish people to be able to leave the country of Egypt that was known for having a barrier around it that nobody could exit from it, and he heard about all the great miracles and the parting of the Red Sea, heard about all this, he could have said indifferent. You're going to say, well, that's them. But he picked up and left and went and joined the Jewish people, and according to tradition, after he had tried all sorts of idolatry, he joined the Jewish people and converted and believed in Hashem and saw the great happenings that happened around there. And many times, unfortunately, people see things, but they stay blind to reality. In the case of Yitro, that was his greatness, in a sense, that he saw, he perceived, he understood, and then he took action. He didn't remain indifferent. He didn't stay by the sidelines, but he joined the Jewish people. That was one idea at the beginning of the Parashah. Another idea is when he saw Moshe Rabbeinu working so hard to take care of every single case, of every question that came his way, he gave him the idea of delegation of responsibility. And truly, you can accomplish a lot more when you have people who are helping you. And he told him, basically, there are many, many issues that can be handled by the lower courts. Let the lower courts deal with it, and have only the most complicated issues and subjects to discuss brought to you, and that way you'll be able to take care of everything that needs to be taken care of. But otherwise, if you put everything on your shoulders, that will be just too hard to bear. And that's a beautiful advice that he gave him. And it's something that would be applicable in many, many situations in life, not just for Moshe Rabbeinu, but even in our own private world of whatever we do. Very often, we could get a lot more accomplished, and in a much less stressful way if we're able to delegate responsibilities to others so that we can get accomplished the same thing, just in an easier way. So these are two ideas at the beginning of the Parashah: hearing, understanding, and taking action. Not remaining oblivious, as many times it happens to a lot of people. They know what is right, they know the right action to take, they understand, but they remain at a status quo without changing their way, without taking action. Yitro taught us that you take action. You just don't remain indifferent. You just don't be lazy. Just get up and do whatever needs to be taken care of. And the second thing, as we said, is the idea of delegation of responsibilities. And these are two of the lessons from the parasha of this week. Baruch Adonai le'olam, amen ve'amen.